Hey all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to be talking about bugs in World of Warcraft. And I don't mean the creepy crawly things or the Heart of Fear where they go very annoying sound, I hated that raid. I'm talking about bugs for the Vengeance Demon Hunter. Apparently they've been taking too little magic damage. And Blizzard, sensing fun, decided to nerf that. But before we get into that, it's time to play nobody's favorite minigame, What's That Worth? Here's how it works. I'm going to post an image on the screen in a few seconds. Before it's posted, it's your job to guess whether or not it's above or below 50 gold in value. Guess right, congratulations, you're the big winner. If you guess wrong, then your punishment is to subscribe, thereby gaining regular World of Warcraft content directly into your feed. Ready? All right, in 3, 2, 1, boop. As you can see, that is the empty drinking horn, clearly below 50 gold. If you guessed above 50 gold, you know what you need to do. Go and click that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below, and on to the video. So, Vengeance Demon Hunters taking less magic damage than intended due to a bug in Shadowlands. We've discovered a significant bug that has been affecting magic damage reduction for Demon Hunters that makes a noticeable impact on survivability for the spec. In this article, the author goes over the details of a bug, describes how it's affected Vengeance tanks so far, and goes over potential ramifications for the spec if the bug gets fixed. Now, right out of the gate, I want to mention, I don't play a Vengeance Demon Hunter. Usually play a Paladin. Sometimes I delve into the Rogue, little sneaky, you know, pokey type thing. That's what we do. But I'm mostly a Paladin. Play Holy, Rot, Ret. I main Ret, like Ret. Now, I know I said that I main Ret in Shadowlands, in PvE. I am a Venthyr Ret. So, you know, feel free to have some fun with that, as you will. But one of my guild tanks is a Vengeance Demon Hunter, and he's a good tank. He holds threat, he does damage. I wish he called things out a little bit more, but what are you gonna do? Still a good tank. So I'm curious as how this affects me, and if there are any Vengeance Demon Hunters in the comments, let me know. So here we go. What is the bug? Discovery of the bug. Effects of the bug, ramifications of the fix, and conclusions. Of course, there was an edit that was posted, accounting for versatility rating, and the conclusion value has been updated. So, let's discover what is the magic damage bug for Vengeance Demon Hunters. Vengeance Demon Hunters are taking significantly less magic damage than you would expect from their toolkit. The author believes that the magic reduction comes from demonic wards being applied twice, so the baseline damage reduction is looking like 27.75 rather than 15%. In the next section, they'll cover how the bug was discovered and how it came to this conclusion. Alright, so having mitigation apply twice is a pretty significant bug, especially for a tank. You know, let's say hypothetically as a red, if Shield of Vengeance somehow applied twice, what are you going to do? Even if it pops, it just deals damage divided among all targets in 8 yards. And it kind of glass anyways, that's its whole point, it's meant to be pumped. But as a tank, it's a big deal. Imagine if I was a prot pally and I go slam and I slam you with the shield, and now my armor rating gets doubled essentially. So it's a big deal. So discovery of the bug and possible causes. I first noticed this bug a few weeks ago after primarily playing my Demon Hunter since launch when I started running higher keys on my non-alt Vengeance tanks. Spells that I could normally survive easily, such as Shadow Core or Soul Split, seemed to be doing significantly more damage on my alts at the same key level. Now, they looked into the logs and discovered it was taking upwards of 40% reduced magic damage on the Vengeance Demon Hunter with no cooldowns up, very important, while other specs it varied from 0 to 15%. Did some quick napkin math, knowing that damage reductions are multiplicative. Wow, that's a hard word to say right now when I'm talking fast, apparently. I know, I promise I can. I expected it to be closer to 25 to 30% using the following values. 15% for demonic wards, 8% additively from viscous ink, 3% from Pelagos trait, let go of the past, and somewhere between 0 and 15% versatility. So we're not going to go through the math there. If you want to look at the math, you want to break it down, you absolutely can. And again, the link to this article will be in the video description. But we're going to move down here to how has the bug affected Vengeance Demon Hunters? So some readers will recall that Demon Hunters were nerfed quite heavily in terms of survivability near the end of the Shadowlands beta, with such results as Soul Fragment being nerfed 25%, from 8% to 6% of the damage taken, as well as Soul Cleave, among others, as detailed in my previous article, which you can click on there. Many of these nerfs were due to Blizzard looking at the data and seeing that Demon Hunters were not dying as much as other tank specs, so they reduced our healing as a result. However, as it turns out, the data has been skewed since the very beginning. We spent the last 4 months taking significantly less magic damage than expected, while consistently taking some of the highest physical damage, due to dungeon design with spells such as Reaping Scythe from Mordretha the Endless Empress, or Piercing Barb from Hakar the Soul Flayer, that deal half physical and half magical damage. Our total damage taken is fairly consistent with other tanks. However, we take significantly less damage than any other spec from purely magical abilities, while generally taking more damage from melee and physical. This is also true throughout the Castle Nathra raid, to a lesser extent, as most heavy damage is physical, outside of a few debuffs, such as Scorn stacks on Sire Denathrius. What this does also mean is that conduits such as Viscous Ink and legendaries such as Fell Flame Fortification have been relatively devalued, as we already take so little magic damage that we gain more benefit from other conduits and legendaries. Now, looking at logs, as well as current rankings, I believe this bug contributed not only to unwarranted nerfs to the spec, but allowed us to unexpectedly survive many nukes that had to be tuned down in hotfixes over the course of this patch. Boop. Ramifications of the bug fix. A fix to this bug would probably result in Vengeance Demon Hunters taking approximately, and notice the author uses approximately, this is an estimation, a guess, a hypothesis, whatever you want to call it, 15% more magical damage across the board, regardless of current versatility or whether you're using Pelagos or Viscous Ink. Now, while it's not strictly a nerf, as it is an unintended bug, it will certainly feel like a nerf to everyone who's been playing Vengeance Demon Hunter so far in the Shadowlands. Yes, it will feel like a nerf. Even though it's not technically a nerf, it functions in the same way. I am now at reduced effectiveness. What I could do previously to the Tuesday that this could be implemented in, I cannot do. Feels like a nerf. Nerfs feel bad. I know at some point you do have to fix and balance specs. I get that. Wait for the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 patches. That's when you do the big things like this, because you're going to mess up the meta, and then players are going to get mad. Of course, but Nim, players are always mad. Yeah, but what if, hypothetically, let's just say a what if. Let's say you have a Vengeance Demon Hunter tank. I know, it's weird. I've never had one, except in my entire raid group, all of Shadowlands. And now he takes 15% more damage. That's not his fault. He has to play better now. And of course, he's always working on trying to get better. But now he takes 15% more magical damage. So now our healers have to focus him a little more. Now hits that he might have been able to survive previously with cooldowns up, if he was at low health, now he can't. So I say wait until the 0.1 patch to fix that bug. Same thing you should have done with the Marksman as well. Because Marksman, I believe they had a conduit ability or a Covenant ability that was proccing twice. And it caused their damage to go doo, 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 and then it got fixed. And now their damage is... So that's something there. This is nearly 3 key levels worth of magical damage reduction that we've been getting for free, and is, in my opinion, partially, if not mostly responsible for the heavy-handed survivability nerfs right before Shadowlands launch. Many encounters would be significantly more difficult than they currently are, and I suspect many Demon Hunters would struggle with surviving on packs and encounters they are currently able to handle. Yeah, if you were to... Listen, you can be a really good player, right? But a 15% nerf is a big deal. It's a big deal. No matter how you dress it up, that's huge. And some players will cope, and some groups will cope, and some, more than a few, won't. Keys will fail, things will that. So again, you got when you have these bugs, you have to be very careful in fixing them. Now, conclusion. The author's conclusion. Personally, the author does want to see the bug fixed despite how bad it will feel. Very controversial statement, as it is artificially inflating the survivability of Vengeance Demon Hunters and skewing the metrics. There are multitudes of issues with Vengeance Demon Hunters at the moment, many of which get ignored because we are currently the most popular spec in Mythic Plus and provide a crucial buff for raiding during this period where Havoc is not the meta pick, Chaos Brand, while maintaining enough survivability and utility to be a top pick for many guilds. Representation of the spec at high-level play is at its peak since we were added in the game in Legion, and while it would be sad to see it go down, I would believe it would be healthier for the spec as a whole to be properly balanced around the expected values rather than being propped up by quite a significant bug. I do hope that in the course of fixing this bug, the developers begin to see some of the other issues cropping up, which I've pointed out in the past, and buff the spec as a whole, along with every other tank. Now, so that was the conclusion, right? That's what they say, and I'm not gonna go through the comments because you never go through an internet comment section. So let's discuss. First off, I feel the Vengeance Demon Hunter's pain in this case. Ringing Clarity was so powerful early in PvP as a Ret Paladin for Kyrian that the spec has not gotten any buffs since the launch of Shadowlands. It's only been nerfed. And to be fair, it's not like Ret is in a great place. It's lower middle of the pack. Fine. I did a video where I went over all the abilities and how I'd buff and fix and maybe have some more class interaction, but that's not what we're here for. So Vengeance Demon Hunters, I feel you. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video. You'll notice right now on the screen, there are some names scrolling by. Those elite people, those gods among mere mortals, are my patrons. If you'd like to join them, you can do that at patreon.com/Nimicry. Did I miss anything in the video? Was I off the mark? Do you think it's going to be fun? Are you going to laugh at Demon Hunters being out of the meta if this gets implemented? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, you guys keep gaming, enjoy life, and I'll see you in the next video.